Welcome to Lauren Languages. Today I'm going to tell you why I love the Afrikaans language, of soos ons dit sê, die Afrikaanse taal. So, I am from South Africa, where Afrikaans is one of the 11 official languages of the country, and honestly, the only two that I really know from the 11 is English and Afrikaans. I'm very bilingual. And that started from the day I was born because both of my parents, who was not divorced at the time, is Afrikaans first language and English as a second language because what happened was the world was starting to change in the 80s and the early 90s, where everyone was basically raising their kids English. Very few stayed with the Afrikaans approach, depending obviously on the areas where you were living at the time, I guess, especially in Cape Town. Like the Cape is very strong on the Afrikaans roots still. And then from what I can remember, well, I have some memories from the time I was 3. And I used to visit a lot of rural farm areas. So either rural town or rural Plus, which is basically deep on farmlands. Okay, so everyone says Afrikaans, whether it's more savor, it's like fluent Afrikaans we're speaking, because in the Cape and probably the rest of South Africa, there's a lot of slang Afrikaans going around. But when you want to speak proper Afrikaans, those are inland stuff. So I've been visiting those places from the time I was 3, and they really helped me perfect my Afrikaans because everyone kept speaking to me. And then I never really stopped. I would go a lot of the time on holidays into those rural areas, and I can remember from the time I was 6. So by the time I was a teenager, I had a friend who had, well, I have like extended family on these farmlands, okay? And then when I was a teenager, obviously, you start making different friends. And one of those friends really, her roots are completely on a different farm base, which is even further than the ones that I was used to going. And then we would go there for holiday trips and things. So they just really helped my Afrikaans a lot. So I'm one of the few that really loves Afrikaans and is very much fluent in it. I connect with people of all races that speak it, and even the ones where we are trying to slang it up. Why not? I'm not prejudiced that way. I really love the language though. It's total mixture of German, Dutch, and a little bit of English basically thrown together. There's even some, like, because it's such a European type of language where it like originated from different travelers of Europe, mostly from Netherlands and German, hence why that's there. But there's even some Swedish in there, which is pretty awesome. So if you're around Europe and you try to speak Afrikaans, a lot of the people actually understand you. So that's a tip for traveling purposes. But yeah, I mean, it's my second language just because I grew up very English, and in school, my secondary language I took was Afrikaans. And obviously just growing up in a colored facility and school most of the time, besides the private schooling I was doing. So basically, why I say colored, for those of you, especially in the States, it's really not racist around here. There's a different type of like colored culture. So us brown people, you get my skin type, you get a bit darker than me and you get a bit lighter than me. We are all brown people, right? And they just call brown people because we're such a hella mixed race, coloreds. Some of us are Indians and some is just, from Malaysia type of colored. But we just like to mix them all together and just say a colored at the end of the day if we form part of living in Cape Town and part of some of the traditions. I don't really conspire to a lot of colored traditions as such. But it's a baie mooi taal. So basically what I was saying is it's a very beautiful language. It's very respectful, and just a lot of the words, just the sentences, it really sounds so nice and respectful, and I love that. It comes out so nice and smooth. Other than English, it just doesn't do that for me. I don't really like my own language. It's the most universal language and we need it, and I stay studying it and perfecting it, but I do not like it. So I don't know how you guys feel, but listen, if I say, how are you doing today in Afrikaans, is hoe gaan dit met jou? Goeie nagrus vir jou, lekker slaap. The spreekwoorde, like the spreekwoorde, the sayings basically is top notch. So I love it. I really, really do. Do you like the Afrikaans language? Do you want to learn it, connect more? What's your favorite language? And also, while we had it, what's your take on the English language as a whole?